why don't I amp up my regimen just a little bit and really get some results that I'm looking for. I just want to read from our Facebook chat here. Our friend Susan says, hi dear Elise, I have been using the complete Supersmile system for over 14 years since Dr. Smigel was on air, and every dentist always says, whatever I'm using, do not stop. I cannot recommend Supersmile more highly. I absolutely love it. It works. And I love that. We did have one question from our chat, and I'm just gonna review with you everything that's in our Beauty IQ Steal as well. Diana in our chat would like to know if you should see the same results of whitening with other sonic toothbrushes.
Say that again.
I'm not exactly sure. That says, would you see the same results of whitening but with other sonic toothbrushes? So what I'm thinking is, what if we're using this system and we're using a sonic toothbrush instead of this one?
Well, we'll talk about it. We have an amazing sonic brush, and the great thing about the sonic brush is that we're marrying the most, in my opinion, the best, most effective way to healthfully whiten your teeth using a sonic brush.
There we go.
There you go, straight on. And what you'll see, those bristles that are in the top, the ones that are peaked, those are really meant to really clean underneath the gum line, to get between the tooth and the gum, and to get the bacteria underneath the gum. Sure, it's important to get the bacteria that adhere to the surface of the tooth, but when patients come into my office, patients don't really come into my office a lot and say, you know what, my gums are a little bleeding. Patients come into my office when they say, I see a root exposed. I'm starting to get really bad sensitivity on my teeth. And what's that from? That's from the body's response to bacteria underneath the gum, not on top of the gum, underneath. And having those bristles at a 45-degree angle, though, that peak, is really going to get rid of that bacteria underneath the gum tissue.
Perfect. All right, so now I have the Professional Whitening Toothpaste here and the Accelerator as well. Now these two valued at $36, so take a look at your Beauty IQ Steal price, beauties, and that's when you call this a steal. Okay, so how do I do this?
Okay, just take a look right here. I have it already on the brush. A pearl-sized drop of our toothpaste that has our proprietary ingredient, CalProx. That's going to help get rid of surface stains. And then a pearl-sized drop of our peroxide-based accelerator, and that's going to get rid of deep stains. Now, as we talked about, it takes 72 hours to make this system, so it's very, very delicate. So we want to use it on a dry brush. That's very, very important. A dry brush, because we don't want to dilute the CalProx that's in the system. A pearl-sized drop of each on a dry brush, one for surface stains, one for deep stains, and then you're just going to simply brush for 2 minutes, just like you do every day. Like we said, I can't harp on this enough. There's no special techniques to learn, no messy trays. It's something that you're doing every day.
Perfect. All right, so we're going to use this 2 times a day. Now, what if we're prone to sensitivity?
Well, that's the beauty of the system. The beauty of the system, as we spoke about before, is that we're not brushing with an abrasive toothpaste, right? We're brushing to remove stains chemically. What you'll find is the CalProx that's in our toothpaste is virtually pulling, almost effervescing surface stains off the teeth in a way that keeps the enamel intact. And what you'll find, and a lot of the things that we do get as far as comments from people that do use this system, they say, you know what, not only do I love the way how white my teeth are, but I can't stop taking my tongue over the surfaces of my teeth because they feel smooth, right? They feel smooth because we're not whitening abrasively, we're whitening chemically. And what you'll find with conventional whitening toothpaste, when you do that, what's the biggest complaint about you tell me, what's the biggest complaint about conventional whitening toothpaste that people have? Is that what? They say, you know what, my teeth are just, it feels really gritty in my mouth and it feels really sensitive, and that's why.
All right, I'm gonna rinse. That's the first time I've used a 45-degree angle toothbrush, and I'm loving it. Yeah.
I love the handle too. I have a lot, I have a lot of patients in my office that have, arthritic issues. And if you'll notice the handle of our brush, first of all, the handle, it stands up very well for hygienic drying, but it's also thick. It's not one of those brushes that you really have to grasp very heavily. It's got, there's a reason ergonomic-wise why we developed a handle like this. So this is definitely a great feature to this brush.
Okay, I'm not trying to be dramatic over here.
You can be dramatic.
Okay. It's kind of just who I am. But I actually feel, and I'm not just saying this, beauties, I actually feel like I got that dentist clean. Like I actually drove there, sat in the chair, got the whole, cleansing system that's not fun. And that's how fresh and clean it feels. And you know what? I do worry about having silica in my cleansers. I never want that in my toothpaste because I like my teeth not only to be white, but a little bit glowy and sparkly and shiny, right? I want a little bit of luster to my teeth as well, so I don't want to dull that by having silica. So this is important. Now, I do want to just review with you that you're getting 1.2 ounces of the Accelerator and 1.4 of the Whitening Toothpaste. Now, both of them together, they feel amazing on the teeth. I have to say, I really do have that dentist fresh clean. They feel very, very clean. My breath feels really, really nice as well. This right here is a $36 value, and you're getting the entire steal for $39. It's a steal. I don't have a better word for it than that. I will let you know you can break it up into 2 payments if you like, $19.50 to get it home. And you have 2 ways to order here with Beauty IQ, by heading to our website or also by calling our 1-800 number. Now, I also noticed that we still have more in this steal. We also have the powdered mouth rinse, and these are single doses, and might I say, super easy to travel with, right? Because it's powder. So how does this work, Dr. Eshbom?
Simply open up the packet. You're going to fill it with a little bit of water.
Okay.
And you're going to swish around just like you would. And the great thing about it, you can travel with these, right? Because there's no liquid in it.
You could use this on the airplane.
Right. And so far, what we've done, right, our 6 minutes to a super smile, we've done what? 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And you're going 3 minutes. And we're going to rinse with our mouth rinse for 30 seconds.
Okay.
Right, you're going to put it in a little bit of packet, and we're going to, come on, this is your first time.
It really is, but I feel like I'm doing a science experiment.
Yeah.
Did you
Just
see
swish
how?
it around just a little bit.
Just swish it around.
And in our regimen, we're going to wind up using our powdered mouth rinse twice. So you can either use the entire packet with the water if you'd like, or you can save half of it and then use the other half in a few minutes, because we're going to do a whole regimen here.
Okay, well, I'll do half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I like that music. So we're gonna rinse, okay? We're gonna rinse for 30 seconds. I like it. You're gonna use this. You can use this as much as you want. I use our rinse every day. I don't use the travel rinse because I don't travel every day. I'm a little bit more of a homebody, but if I was traveling a lot, I would have a bunch of these.
That one feels nice too. I have to say, I didn't think I could feel fresher. Now I do. Yeah. Okay, now why do I use that twice?
You're gonna use it twice, so we're gonna clean the surface of the teeth, all right, with the rinse. Then we're gonna go straight into the brushing again for 2 minutes. After this, we're gonna go back.
Oh.
Right? Now this regimen that we're doing right now is just something to kind of jumpstart your whitening. This is not we talked about how great this system is, that it's just rinsing and brushing. And you don't have to do this whole 6-minute routine all the time. We're simply just showing you this, that if you, like you said, people fall off during the week, life happens, right? If you want to get back on track and kind of jumpstart your whitening, you use the activating rods, you use the rinse, you use the toothpaste. And this system we found just from kind of playing around with it, this kind of methodology of using the rinse, then brushing again, and then finally finishing off with the rinse again, that's going to complete it.
So that like really kicks it into gear.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm game. I'm gonna go for it again. So I just put on my Whitening Accelerator and my toothpaste there.
Right.
Just a pearl size of each on the dry toothbrush.
Right. The toothpaste for the surface stains, the Accelerator for the deep stains.
All right, I'm going back in. So 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Okay.
And small, tiny circles. So we're gonna you're gonna angle the brush so those middle bristles that we talked about, the ones that really get underneath the gum, really hit the gum surface, right, what we call the sulcus, the area between the tooth and the gum tissue, and you're simply gonna go from quadrant to quadrant. So there are 4 quadrants obviously in the mouth, upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right, 30 seconds in each quadrant, and you're done.
Okay.
Well, you're done after also you rinse out.
Okay.
And it tastes great.
All right, so I'm gonna speed up just a little bit for time. I brush my teeth before I come on air anyway, so this is kind of just like killing 2 birds with 1 stone over here for me. All right, so now I just brushed again because I'm really kicking it into gear here, and that's what we're doing here at Beauty IQ, is giving you beauty tutorials. So if you want to really kick it into gear, you can do this 6-minute program. If you're like, you know what? I'm good. I want to maintain. I want to get a little bit whiter. You could probably just brush and rinse, right?
Right.
Okay, perfect. So now I'm going with my second rinse.
So after you've used the first rinse, you can lean that packet up against, up against your sink to save the rest of it, or you simply can open up another packet. It's kind of up to you. 30 seconds. And if you add up all those things with the activating rods, with the toothbrush brushing, the 2 times we're brushing, and the 2 times we're rinsing, that adds up to 6 minutes. And that's only something, as we said before, that you don't have to do every day. This is kind of just to get you back on track if maybe you've lost track. But certainly, you're more than welcome to do this every day. Everything that you see in these kits is very, very healthy. Like I said, it's mostly what we put in here is not, what's important for this system is not just what we put in here, but also the things also we leave out.
Okay,
right?
so question for you. I just finished with this rinse. Now, do I rinse with water, or is this what I want to keep on my teeth until...
If you feel fine, that's all you need to do.
I feel fine.
You're done.
I feel better than fine.
You feel better than fine.
I feel like I have the freshest breath I probably ever had. So if I were ever gonna make out, now would probably be the time. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Do I come over there now?
I just had to say it. Well, because we always think fresh breath and kissing. But no, truly, beauties, if you're ready to amp up your whitening program, this is a great way to do it. If you're in a whitening program already and you're going to be doing some traveling this summer, please take this along, because you don't want to, regress and then have to,
But there's no need to regress, right? There's no need to regress, because all we're doing is rinsing and brushing. We're doing something that you do every day. We're not trying to sell you something that you're doing anything differently than what you're used to doing.
Perfect. All right, so let's take a look at some of those before and afters, because we're crazy for our results here at Beauty IQ. And let's talk about some instant gratification, shall we?
Okay. I mean, if you don't consider 6 minutes, like a result like this after 6 minutes, instant gratification, I don't really quite know what to tell you. I mean, this is somebody who has a very, very pretty smile, right? We would see, you can say that in that before photo, this is Sarah. In Sarah's before photo, she's got, very well-aligned teeth, very nice smile. They're just yellow.
Right.
6 minutes.
That's
Think about maybe you have a job interview in the morning one day. You wake up looking like that in the before photo, and then 6 minutes later, your teeth are, look at this, 1 week.
That's awesome.
Just from rinsing and brushing.
And honestly, I bet you're right. If you saw full faces here, the smiles in the after would be so much bigger.
Yeah, and look at the gum tissue. We talked about how this is much of a total oral health care system. This is not just for a whitening system, but this is also a system for the health of the gums as well. Look how pink, those gums aren't bleeding. Those gums aren't bleeding, they're pink.
Yeah, nice healthy gums. That looks great. 1 month. That is significant.
Do you know how somebody comes into my office for a 1-hour whitening procedure? If I could promise them a result like that, just from paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars for an in-office system where they're going to have sensitivity, they're going to have dehydrated teeth, this is something just from brushing. I mean, I've been kind of repeating the same thing over and over, but it's